We've got another quick pitch here. This is Abhay Agarwal from GetBit. Okay, and GetBit is the first company that has exposure to India in the Lightning Ventures fold, and he's going to do a quick pitch for us now. All right, take it away, Abhay.
Hey, Maz, thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah, super excited to be speaking to this audience and super excited to have our deal on Lightning Ventures. So what are we? We are instant and free cross-border payments. And when I was looking at Lightning, I saw first time an opportunity where similar to Venmo, why can't I make a payment to anyone in India? I was born and raised in India, and in India, there's domestic payment rails called UPI. They work instantly across any bank. And that is the North Star vision that we thought, saying, hey, you can send domestically to anyone in India, but there's a whole diaspora of Indian diaspora in the US. And what can we do to enable them to instantly send money? So that's what we have built very quickly on what is the current infrastructure that people use. So all cross-border transfer today happens using Swift and correspondent banking. This is literally telex messaging. So imagine you send a debit and credit to someone, or you have a Excel sheet, you debit a particular column and credit a particular column in money, and send an email to Maz and say, hey, Maz, I send you money. I debited one account and credited an account. That's exactly how cross-border payments work. This was built in 1973, soon after telex became a reality. And this was messaging, which was just kind of formatted telex messaging. And that's how $150+ trillion move in the world today. We think there are a couple of problems with this way of moving money. There's details and forms that need to be filled. FX rates are opaque. How much someone gets is challenged. There could be sender fees, recipient fees. Settlement times could vary depending on who's the sender recipient. And if there's a dispute, you might just forget of how much time it might take to get it solved. Bitcoin changes this. Our thesis is that what internet did to information, Bitcoin is doing to money. Effectively, TCP/IP was the underlying protocol which enabled all information transfer, and that information transfer protocol created all of these large companies that we think about, from Facebook, Amazon, Google, Netflix, Apple perspective. Effectively, what they're doing is they are exchanging information over TCP/IP, which is the core protocol. And we believe that the Internet of Value is what will, or Lightning will enable Internet of Value. And what exactly happened on information through Internet is happening to money through Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the base layer, and Lightning is the equivalent of TCP/IP, which enables us to transfer value from party A to party B, and they could be in separate countries. Lightning doesn't care, and that's what we use as the base layer. You guys are well aware of what are the properties of Lightning. Very quick recap: real-time micropayments. I can send 10 cents to anyone if I choose to. It's low-cost, open protocol, no intermediary, multiple mouths to feed, and there's no chargeback. It's not that once I've sent, someone can say, oh, I didn't like it, and I want to charge back, and merchants are kept hanging on it. This is cash final, actual settlement happening from person A to person B. We launched our own application in the US, which enabled anyone in US to come to GetBit.money. It's a web-based application. Come create an account. You have to do your KYC, attach your bank account, and then you can instantly send money to anyone in India. We were really humbled by some of the early feedback that we're getting from customers. Interestingly, this customer, Nirvakar, said, congratulations, awesome performance. Money just lands in Indian account almost instantly. Great job. Last frontier on payments, instant cross-border transfer conquered. Another guy, Ribu, said, awesome job. I tried it a couple of times. Super smooth, intuitive experience. I'm sure you guys would do great. So we also expose our APIs, and we've exposed our Vietnam API to Strike. That was launched in March. So we have this both distribution mechanisms. In some markets, we go out directly where we handle the sender, but we also expose our APIs to other Lightning wallets. We are integrated with Strike, and we serve Vietnam market for them. Some customer feedback from that integration, massive, it just works. This was very interesting feedback from Cocoon, who said, Abhay, send me $5 from US over the Lightning Network, GetBit.money, and it arrived within 2 minutes in my Vietnam bank account. Final settlement, zero fee. This is why BTC can't lose. PayPal, Western Union, 10% fee. Black market, 5% fee. And God knows if your money actually makes it through. So very, very humbling, inspires us to do more. We abstract a lot of the complexity for customers, and we think Lightning with some combination of stablecoin is used as payment processing rails, and customers just have to deal with what they are most comfortable with at this stage of Bitcoin's adoption, that they want to deal with their fiat currencies, and we use Bitcoin and Lightning as a payment processing rails and land that into the fiat currency of the recipient. Some industry leaders also gave some very promising feedback. Corey here said this is interesting and has a lot of potential. So yeah, very humbled by the feedback as well. Some of the things which are coming up, UK and EU to India, Canada to India, Dubai to India, these are large corridors that we are in the process of integration, and both either through other Lightning wallets or through our own. Some use cases, remittance or value transfer is the immediate use cases. Effective is that I'm a young Indian engineer. I'm in the US. My family is back home. Either I have a student loan that I want to repay, or I might be just supporting a family. I might be building a house. There's gig working, which is happening. So this lady might be getting this wedding dress, and it might have been stitched in India and supplied to her in the US. And then in the medium to long run, there could be e-commerce, international e-commerce opportunities. We also have a complementary business. From a Bitcoin perspective, there are two properties that we understand and love for Bitcoin. One is as a protocol to transfer value, which is what we were speaking about. But we also have this huge opportunity of Bitcoin as a store of value. And we think that there's a huge opportunity to create that in India or serve Indian customers. So we have a separate app in India, which allows Indians to very simply send value to our app and then buy Bitcoin and move it to self-custody in a very simple manner. This is something in terms of what are the other players that are in the Lightning space doing something similar. We think this is kind of a land grab which is on, and we think India is a huge market which we have the first mover advantage for. What we are raising from a fund perspective, we are raising about 750K. This is primarily to hire engineers and accelerate our dev platform, launch our US to India wallet, iOS app, and this will make us ready for Series A by Q3 2024. A quick recap on the roadmap. We did our MVP early Q1, US wallet API integration Vietnam. We spoke about it, the EU wallet integration, and then US wallet transfer. So what we think about this is in an immediate basis from a comparison perspective, this is kind of a value transfer remittance play. In the medium term, it becomes a payments play from a gig worker, cross-border payments. And in the long run, it is basically a Bitcoin native bank. And that's our vision, to build a Bitcoin native bank for 1 billion people. Maz, over to you.